What it do? It's your boy Jay Reed. We back with another banger right now, guys. We talking about Lil Durk case right now. Lil Durk criminal case. Lil Durk criminal case, guys. So, he's right now wanted for murder for hire. We're gonna get into it.
A rapper, but his defense says the government's only proof that Durk was involved is based on a random video they found on YouTube. And now they brought in music producers who've worked with Durk, and it might just blow up the whole case. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Did Chicago rapper Durk Banks, also known as Lil Durk, orchestrate a murder-for-hire plot against Quando Rondo that ended with the rival's cousin dead and multiple people caught up in the conspiracy? Well, that's what the government's alleging, and they point to Durk's own song lyrics as proof of his alleged actions. That's what we want to focus on, because the defense says there is a big problem with that Durk recorded those lyrics months before the alleged murder for hire. And unless he had a time machine or he could predict the future, there's really no way they could be about this killing, about this alleged murder. So Durk's team has filed a motion to dismiss the federal indictment against him, or at the very least, release information about what the government showed the grand jury to support the charges in this case. The motion reads, quote, Defendant Durk Banks, through his counsel of record, moves the court to dismiss the superseding indictment against him in this matter. In the alternative, he moves to compel disclosure of the grand jury minutes and evidence the government presented to the grand jury. Now, before we dive into the juicy details into this filing, I do want to give you just a quick history on how we got here, in case you're not familiar with it. So, after the death of his friend King Von back in 2020, Durk reportedly put out a hit on Quando Rondo, a rival rapper in Georgia that Durk allegedly believed.
Now, this man is a millionaire, Durk. He's a multi-millionaire putting hit on this Quando Rondo. And then he didn't kill him. Kill his cousin Lil Paul, sitting in a cell worth millions of dollars behind a wall. Everywhere Durk has been, his people have been dying. Von, his brother D thing. His daddy just came home from prison and did a bid for the 20 plus years. This is what you want to do? And Durk got like, 10 damn kids, several baby mamas. This is what you're doing? Throwing your life away? Over some petty rap beef? When your artist, King Von, was an instigator, a bully, got killed, being gangster. He thought he was tough, and then they whacked his ass. Bullies aren't bulletproof. Hey man, everybody ain't going for this shit. Cause I believe King Von would have killed Quando Rondo or somebody in Quando's camp or NBA Youngboy's camp. They would have said he a real street nigga, he a killer. But the industry just like Durk and King Von more than Youngboy and Quando. The industry wasn't really rocking with Youngboy because he's an independent. He's not really doing a bunch of features. He don't do promo, and he got hit records and platinum songs. So the industry, Youngboy been kind of like fuck the industry type shit. Like he been doing his own type of wave or whatever. But yeah.
Believed was the instigator behind his friend being killed. So prosecutors say in 2022, Durk found out that Rondo was going to be in Los Angeles. So he allegedly organized members of his crew, a rap collective called Only the Family, or OTF, to travel to Southern California and target Rondo. And the government claims that OTF is a criminal enterprise that has engaged in violence, including murder and assault. Investigators believe that Durk's right-hand man, Kevon Grant, was the one who secured the cars, the hotel rooms, and the guns for this assassination of Rondo. An October 2024 indictment accused multiple defendants of following Quando Rondo's black Escalade.
When every penny counts, shouldn't your money work just as hard as you do? With a premium
around LA on August 19th, 2022. In fact, traffic camera photos show a white Infiniti following the SUV until it pulls into a gas station. And the filing also apparently includes surveillance photos of the suspects appearing to fire guns toward the gas pumps. Yeah, not a great idea. At least 18 rounds were fired at the car in broad daylight, including, apparently, a machine gun. Remember, during a busy afternoon at a gas station. This is a blatant attack. Now, Quando Rondo actually wasn't hurt in the shooting, but it turns out, in a sad turn of events, his cousin, Savia Robinson, referred to as SR in court documents, was killed. When the indictment against several people, including Kevon Grant, came down in federal court, Durk wasn't even named as a defendant yet. Rather, he was an alleged collaborator identified as co-conspirator 1. However, in a superseding indictment a few weeks later, that is when Durk was added officially as a named defendant and was charged with conspiracy and use of interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in death, and use, carry, and discharge of firearms and a machine gun in furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death. And while Durk isn't actually accused of being at the Beverly Hills gas station when this apparent shooting happened, prosecutors say he was the one who called for the hit. He was the one who ordered it. He helped
This man is sending hits. And I know Vlad, I watched a lot of Vlad interviews. Vlad talked about it. Nobody's going to play a plane ticket to go murder someone and kill somebody. Nobody's going to fly out and goddamn kill somebody. And lo and behold, somebody did this shit. And what do you know? Somebody just flew out there and killed the man. This is nuts. This is berserk. This is beyond me, guys. That somebody would send killers to shoot this man, realizing the book plane ticket. You realize you got to book a plane ticket on a credit card, debit card, and there's a paper trail behind you. Durk is going to go down as the fucking doofus of all time if he's found guilty. Like, this is serious shit. People saying free Durk. Free Durk my ass. This nigga's warning for murder for hire, bro. Somebody died. Somebody is off the face of the earth. They're looking at life in prison, the death penalty. I think he should get it. Do I think he did it? Probably did. Most likely he did. Over some rap shit. That your man instigated this shit, started this fuck shit. Listen, man. Y'all motherfuckers love these celebrities and love these rappers too much and this street shit till shit get real. Y'all, I ain't OTF, I ain't NBA Youngboy, I ain't Wise, I ain't none of that dumbass shit. I'm a working class civilian, dog. And this motherfucker deserves the death penalty if this is true.
Facilitate travel to Los Angeles.
He gonna get that TK treatment.
Who actually did the shooting? Prosecutors allege that Durk texted a co-conspirator, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." But since that time, Durk offered a substantial bail package to get pretrial detention. The judge denied it. He has maintained his innocence, and now his lawyers are arguing this whole case against him needs to be tossed out. And it all relates back to rap lyrics sung by Durk as a feature on a song by another artist, Babyface Ray. And the prosecution claims that Durk rapped about Savia Robinson's death, commercializing his alleged revenge. So here are the lyrics that the prosecution is talking about. Quote, "Told me they got an Addy, go, go. Got location, go, go. Green light, go, 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 go. Look on the news and see your son, you screaming no, no." Now, prosecutors seem to claim that the no, no part comes from when Quando Rondo was apparently screaming no, no when his cousin was shot. And they reference how the song allegedly has audio of Rondo screaming that, reportedly taken from news footage. But the defense says that couldn't be farther from the truth. All right, so to talk about this, I want to bring on civil rights attorney Joe Richardson, who I'm so happy to see. I haven't seen Joe in quite some time. So, Joe, thanks so much for taking the time to come back here on Sidebar. Look at that face.
And this man, if they get one of those conspirators or one of those co-defendants to testify against Durk, he is cooked. He is fried bologna. Cooked. Barbecue chicken. He fried chicken, bro. If them motherfuckers cooperate, I don't see nobody doing 20 plus 30 years for no damn Durk. I don't give a damn how much cars, Bentley, how many bitches you fuck, and money you gave them. Ain't nobody trying to do that much time, dog. Ain't nobody trying to be no real nigga. Cause guess what? That motherfucker talk about you ain't gonna never see your kids again, your baby mamas. Durk gotta pay these baby mamas and shit. pay baby mama 40 racks, 20 racks in prison to get them off your ass. And they think about, well, I'm gonna do all this time for this nigga? Shit, I'm gonna cut bait. Man, the prosecutor love locking up niggas, especially rappers. Making it, I believe they gonna make an example out of these niggas. Cause they tired of this shit. They tired of you niggas playing gangster and beating the system. They're gonna make an example out of one of these rappers, man. Y'all motherfuckers didn't learn from the Young Thug situation, YSL, and Thug is in jail for damn near 3 years. Fight for his fucking life, fight for his freedom. They gonna make an example out of these fucking rappers, bro. Trust me.
Smiling, always happy to be on.
Good to see you,
and I'm
Jesse.
happy to talk to you about this because this has been a hot topic over the last couple of years. Can prosecutors take what's said in rap lyrics, in song lyrics, and use it as a kind of confession? Generally speaking, I mean, how does it work? Is it? Have we seen it a lot in trials? Has it been persuasive?
We've seen it happen quite a bit. I don't know that I'd say it's been persuasive. I think the biggest example we look at is Young Thug down in Atlanta. They took a lot of his lyrics, and even though technically speaking, ultimately they got a conviction, he actually walked out on time served. Most of the people that were prosecuted didn't end up being convicted, and I don't think anybody would call that prosecution a successful prosecution. And so, you've got freedom of speech issues. Does it mean that just because I'm saying something in a rap song, it typically is a rap song, does that mean that I actually did something? And this is an extra interesting twist here because Lil Durk's attorney is saying, well, this song was actually released months before the murder. So he can't say in the past tense that I did something that I hadn't done that hadn't happened several months before. So we're seeing it more and more. I don't know if I'd say it's successful, but it's interesting that they've used this to get a superseding indictment.
Talking legal issues like this, how can I not bring up legal experts, our sponsor, our partner, Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. You know why they're so large? Listen to this. Past few months, Morgan & Morgan secured a $9.3 and, say it is what it is. Do you know? I'm just trying to imagine how this might come up at an upcoming federal trial.
Well, there's a couple things, right? First of all, is there actually a reasonable denial that person can make that they actually got on and did the lyrics, right? So it's going to be somebody, I would imagine, from an authentication purpose, somebody that was in the studio, frankly, somebody that they're squeezing that they might know. And here you've got co-conspirators that have been indicted as well. So it's going to be somebody that was there, as it were, because all other things being equal, Lil Durk's not going to get on the stand and testify against himself because most times people don't. So you're going to authenticate it in kind of regular ways. Someone that would have cause to know that these were the lyrics that were made. Now, it's a separate issue entirely.
Now, for everybody talking about using rap lyrics in court, however, you have freedom of speech. However, you do have freedom of speech. That's your First Amendment right. On the other hand, this motherfucker is using evidence. Like, if you're doing crime and they can link those crimes to actual nefarious activities, felonious murders, that is evidence. Like, if I start rapping about moving bricks and shooting motherfuckers and dope, I ain't got no damn dope. And I ain't shot no motherfuckers. That's just art. But when you actually committed crimes and they can place those lyrics in events and prove it, like Bobby Shmurda, he was rapping about people in hot nigga that was doing crimes. It's gonna be like that. If they can link your lyrics to actual crimes that you committed that ain't past the statute of limitations, because murder is never past the statute of limitations. You can happen something 40, 50 years ago and they come knocking on your door and pick your ass up. Because we got forensics and shit. But if it's something that you currently did or doing and ain't past statute of limitations, and you rap about that shit, they come pick your ass up. That's evidence. Art is just making up some shit. But nowadays, because of drill rap, y'all niggas trying to live this shit. Y'all got cap in y'all rap. I want to bring back cap in rap. I want to bring back art. I want to bring back just making shit up. And now, I don't want rappers living their shit. I like the art. I like the fantasy. I like gangster rap movies. rap like movies. I look at rap like a movie, bro. It ain't real. But today's generation want to live this shit. They talking about murder they committed, dope they still selling, and robbing niggas in broad daylight, and they getting on wax doing it. So y'all niggas sit out there and dry snitching, bro. Self snitching. Y'all out here snitching on yourselves and then want to blame DJ Academics and Vlad, and y'all motherfuckers talking about this shit in y'all lyrics. Y'all goofy as hell.
As to whether
Y'all
or
some
not
straight
you can
doofus.
authenticate or
You's a
confirm
doofus.
this is what the lyrics were about. This is what they were talking about. Here's the backdrop, and all of those other things become subject to cross-examination, etc.
So I want to dive into this motion to dismiss and get into the meat of it. So it reads, quote, "The government presented false evidence to the grand jury that indicted Mr. Banks on November 7th, 2024. The plain language of the superseding indictment makes it apparent that the government told the grand jury that Mr. Banks, through specific lyrics in his music, celebrated and profited from a revenge murder that he had ordered, namely that of SR in August of 2022. That claim is demonstrably false. The song the government relied upon as evidence against Mr. Banks, Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, a song that was recorded by another artist, Babyface Ray, and in which Mr. Banks recorded a feature for, could not have been a commercialization of Mr. Banks' alleged murder for hire of SR as the government represented to the grand jury. That is because Mr. Banks recorded the lyrics for Wonderful Wayne 7 months before the incident even happened. The government's misrepresentation in the superseding indictment, whether knowing or reckless, undermines the integrity of the grand jury's true bill against Mr. Banks. The court should dismiss the superseding indictment against him as a result." Now, the defense argues that the court has the power to dismiss an indictment that the grand jury returned based on information that the government knew at the time to be or later learned to have been false. Joe, so you got to have a good foundation here, right? Talk to me about that argument, because I guess the counter argument would be, well, in the end, based on the prosecution's allegations, he did exactly what he read.
Well, guys, I didn't want to make the video too long, but yeah, I think Durk has his cook. He's fucked, and this is what you gotta do: make millions of dollars and fight for your fucking freedom. The rest of your life is gonna be in the cell eating Zoom Zooms and Wham Whams, Core Links and JPay. That what y'all really want? It's nuts if you ask me. But hey, man, y'all like, comment, subscribe to the video. I'm out.